What's good, y'all, and welcome to my review for Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are finally here. We have finally reached the end of the DCEU, the final film in this franchise. Of course, the series has already been rebooted. James Gunn's doing his own thing. We had, Blue Beetle come out earlier last year. That was kind of like chapter 0 of the DCU. And so this was, I don't even know where this one was really meant to be taking place, but I guess we can all agree this is the final one of the DCEU, because that's where I've been placed on my Letterbox rankings, what you guys can go check out after you're done with this video. But yeah, man, overall, man, this was an incredible film, man. I loved it. You guys know how much I loved and adored James Wan's first Aquaman movie. I loved the way that movie looked, the cinematography, his directing, the action sequences, and the choreography, the colors. Everything about the movie was phenomenal, man. And this movie was better than the first one, man, in every sense of the word, man. Like, I love this movie. You guys, of course, know how much I love Black Manta as a villain, man. Seriously, I need to read some comics of this guy. If you guys know any good Black Manta comics, leave them down in the description box below, because I would like to read them, because Black Manta is probably my favorite non-Batman DC villain. If I'm being real with y'all, man, I think he's just so fucking cool. Anyway, guys, so let's just jump right in. So the movie is, of course, written, like I mentioned before, by James Wan and stars Amber Heard in obligatory Mera, bad as hell, bro. Gotta get that out there, man. Y'all know me. There's your obligatory me sipping over the redhead baddie of the film. Anyway, Amber Heard, Jason Momoa, Patrick Wilson, Nicole Kidman, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, if I'm saying his name right, and many more. Of course, you guys may also remember that Michael Keaton was supposed to have a kid, because he's like, listen, the cat said, y'all remember that Michael Keaton was going to have a cameo, because of course they were doing the whole thing where they were going to like do Flashpoint, have Michael Keaton's Batman be the main Batman in this universe, and all that jazz, and they're like, okay, we're going to do Ben Affleck Batman instead, but both their cameos got cut from the final cut of the film. Don't know if either of them were included as deleted scenes on the Blu-ray, but I digress, and many more. And the plot of Aquaman the Lost Kingdom is after failing to defeat Aquaman the first time, Black Manta wields the power of the mythic Black Trident to unleash an ancient and malevolent force. So, first off, the cast is great, man. Like I already mentioned before, about Mera, bad as hell. No lie, bro. I gotta say, Amber Heard's performance overall I thought was pretty good, man. And like once again, I love her hair. That bright ass red, man, that Mera has, man, is perfect. But also, I really liked her suit. This outfit, she wears like this blue suit throughout the later half of the film, and it contrasts really well with her hair, man. It looks really good. I love that blue outfit she was rocking throughout the second half of the film, man. Jason Momoa, he's amazing as always, man. Jason Momoa is fucking amazing, man. And of course, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, man, is once again incredible as Black Manta, bro. I don't know when James Gunn plans to reintroduce Aquaman into the new DCU. But all I ask, bro, I don't know if he's gonna keep Jason Momoa as Aquaman or he's gonna have him play Lobo then, because you guys asked, like, that was the whole thing with that one, man. But please keep Yahya Abdul-Mateen II as Black Manta, bro. He is perfect in the role, man. I love him, and I need more of him, bro. I need more of Black Manta. Inject this shit into my veins, bro. Inject that shit into my veins. And also, you got Randall Park. If you guys remember, is that one guy from Sword or whatever it was in WandaVision, which I found it kind of weird that he appears in both of them, like he's a character in both the DCEU as well as the MCU. Just thought that was funny, man. I was like, this feels kind of weird to see him in both movies, to see him in both, continuities, man. It was kind of weird, but he was pretty good too. I enjoyed his character, and the rest of the cast I thought was great. So of course you got Temuera Morrison, who you guys know as, of course, Boba Fett. He was great as well for the handful of times we got to see him there. And the rest of the cast was great. First of all, man, we got to talk about James Wan's directing and the cinematography, man. My God, man, this film is a feast for the eyes, man. This film looks incredible. His directing throughout the action sequence is amazing. The cinematography, man, looks amazing. There's like this one really amazing shot with Mera that was honestly probably my favorite shot in the entire movie, man. It was stunning, man. And like, this is another one of those movies where you guys may have remembered when this movie was coming out in theaters, you probably saw a lot of people, probably saw a lot of the teens about where advertising to see the movie in 3D, see it in 3D, which I was like, okay, whatever. But no lie, bro, like Guardians 3, man, after I watched this movie feels like this was definitely a movie that would have definitely been enhanced by the 3D. And yeah, man, this one looks amazing, but I think this movie would have looked really good in 3D, man. So I'm sure there's probably a 3D Blu-ray of this movie circulating somewhere in some random country, but this movie probably would have been amazing to look at in 3D, man. And another thing I also got to talk about James Wan's directing, man, is that watching this movie just kind of reminded me why we love superheroes so much, and like why I love comic book movies. So because like the fights in this movie just look so good, man. The color in the movie is just so bright and colorful, man. It just this movie embraces its comic book roots, man. And it does not shy away from it. And the fights look amazing, man. I was watching the final act between Aquaman and Black Manta, and I'm just like, this is why I watch comic book movies. This is why I love superheroes, man. It's fucking incredible, man. This movie is fucking incredible. So, you got that, man. The music is, of course, great as well, man. I love, and this is the other thing goes to props to James Wan, man. I love the sense of scale in the movie, man. Like, for one thing, the screen takes up the entire aspect ratio, which once again makes you really annoyed that you didn't get a chance to see this in IMAX, man, because this movie would have definitely looked amazing in the IMAX format, man. So I'm glad that at least for the basic version, I don't know if this is actually the includes the IMAX footage on HBO Max or not. I'm not sure. I don't think it is, because I don't think they usually include the the IMAX one. I think it's just a Disney thing with Disney Plus. But regardless, man, the movie takes up the entire screen. There's no like black bars for the aspect ratio, man. So it really helps and adds to the sense of scale, man. The movie just looks great, but I love the sense of scale for this movie. And look, you can definitely feel it, just like The Flash, because you guys might remember in my review of The Flash, I mentioned that you could really feel the sense of scale in the film as well, in that one as well, man. But yeah, the sense of scale in this movie was amazing, man. So of course you got that. The CGI also looks really good as well for the underwater sequences, the action sequences. CGI looks great, man. The music was also really good as well, man. I really dug the score for this film. And of course, the other handful of like random songs they put in there were great as well, man. The comedy was great, but honestly, one of the biggest highlights of the movie, man, was the banter between Ocean Master and of course Aquaman. Of course, you guys know two brothers. They of course fought in the previous films, and now if they work together to defeat Black Manta. And their banter, like Patrick and Jason have such amazing chemistry with each other, man. The banter these two would have that the entire movie was great, man. I also gotta say, there's also another effect that I really like. I don't know if this was done with CGI or if this was done with practical effects, but like there's this one part around the middle part of the movie where basically Amber Heard gets sidelined for a good chunk of the movie, man, until she makes her grand appearance, man. Like I said, that one shot of her looks amazing, man. Like, oh my god, that's probably my favorite shot in the entire movie, man. Like, James Wan did not need to go so hard for that woman, man. Especially given what we found out after the film was filming, man, with the whole stuff with Johnny Depp, bro. No reason my man needed to go that hard for that one shot. All right, there's your obligatory Johnny Depp joke. So you're welcome. Anyway, she gets shot by Black Manta's eye beams or whatever they're called. I don't know what they're actually called. But and like the makeup, and when you see the burnt flesh and whatnot, man, looked really good. Like I said, I'm not sure if it was done with practical effects or that was all CGI. Regardless, man, the effects work on that like scar, on that wound she had on her chest, man, looked amazing. I was really kind of impressed with how good the chest looked of the movie, man. Now, in terms of flaws of the movie, man, there's about like two, but like they're not really flaws. One, like I mentioned before, the CGI looks great. But compared to Avatar: The Way of Water, man, you can really see the difference between James Cameron's setup and the whole dry to wet setup that most movies use for underwater sequences, which is kind of funny because you guys remember, and I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in my Avatar Way of Water review. A few years ago, I think around the time the first Aquaman movie was coming out, James Cameron was talking shit about the technology and saying that his shit was better. And people was like, oh, shut up, old man, and all that. And then, of course, James Cameron got the last laugh and proved everyone wrong that his shit was better. His technology they created for the Avatar movies, for his water effects, for Way of Water, was way better than the dry to wet thing they'd be doing with movies that. But going from that to watching this movie, you really get to see the difference in the animation and the CGI quality with it, man. Like, it's night and day, kind of, man. I'm just being real. I'm just being upfront with y'all. And the other one is Ben Affleck's cameo getting cut. Like, the movie doesn't even have a post-credit scene. I mean, it has a mid-credit scene, but it's like nothing special. But I wonder if maybe that was supposed to be like the post-credit scene was the one with Ben Affleck. And like I said, I don't know if either of these scenes were included as like deleted scenes on the Blu-ray or not. But like, come on, why'd you cut it, man? I would have liked to see Batfleck just one last time, man. Just one last time with Batfleck, bruh. That's all I asked for is Batfleck. But alas, we didn't get that. Who knows if that footage will ever leak? Or maybe it's on the Blu-ray. I don't know. It's a deleted scene. I do not know. But regardless of such, man, that's my review. I'm not going to do a spoiler discussion because there wasn't really anything for at least for me that I could get into because like you guys know, I'm a Marvel guy. I'm not really much of a DC guy, and especially not with Aquaman. But my experience with Aquaman is limited to these films. And like maybe what appearances he's made in like some cartoons I watched. Like, you know, the DC animated films or when I watched Justice League and Justice League Unlimited when I was a kid. You know what I mean? And like I am not familiar or well versed in the Aquaman, you know, lore and universe and whatnot. And so I won't be doing a spoiler discussion. And like I said, there was no post-credit scenes or mid-credit scenes really worth discussing. So like there really isn't really much of a point for me to do a post-credits or to do a spoiler discussion. Excuse me. But regardless of such, man, this film was fucking incredible, man. Highly recommend you guys all check it out. And overall, my final verdict is a 10 out of fucking 10, ladies and gentlemen. As always, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on social if you feel like it. Links down across below. And as always, come out for more. See you guys next time.